Today I'm exploring Scissortail Park in Oklahoma City. It's my first time here, so I'm not sure how it's gonna go, how the traffic is, how it is going to be to explore these different places. So far so good. The traffic here, while wasn't small, it wasn't huge either. I've definitely been through a lot worse cities. Seeing a lot of people comment on the local foliage of the neighboring garden area. This is apparently called the rain garden. You can just get a real sense of the native Oklahomian flowers and plants in this area. And while the lake over there and the cityscape is beautiful, the one thing I came to see the most was not this. This is cool too, but it is that monument right there. I believe it's just a fancy looking bridge, but it's what this place is named after, so let's check it out. It looks really cool to me. As I move towards visiting that Scissor Bridge, I just want to remark on how open the space is. In a subtly different way, it just feels slightly different than anywhere else I've ever been because of all the open space here. I mean, it reminds me slightly of a park in Orlando. However, that park was more constrained because you could tell right outside of it was all these local roads that would take you into the city or elsewhere. But this place just feels more open. You can feel that, you know, there's a lot of space. There's the open skies. It's beautiful weather too, but it just feels like there's so much space to breathe and relax, and there's barely any people. So it's almost like the opposite of New York City, where it's just so less constrained. I made it to this Scissor Bridge. It looks kind of cool. It's definitely a unique design, almost like bunny ears. And apparently it's right over a highway, and even the highway doesn't feel that intimidating to me. I mean, yes, it's still a highway, so you got to be careful, but something about the architecture of the highway and how clean it is and the walls on either side make it feel like it's like nicer. Plus, the roads aren't as cluttered as like Austin, Texas. And by the way, check out all these locks here. So I'm sure they do this in many other places. I'm sure it's one of those things where a couple writes their name and then they lock it there to symbolize their love. I've just been continuing my walk past the bridge, and I've just found this area to be so delightful. It's so clean, so well manicured, and so spacious and empty that, you know, I just wanted to continue my walk. And today's perfect weather too. It's not too hot, not too cold. So I think I'm gonna go a little bit farther. There's this big hill here, and then it seems like there's a factory behind it. So I'm gonna climb this hill and see what the view behind shows us. And I might turn back from there. Now, will I live here? It's hard to say. Too many factors to assess. But I will say, for one thing, it does have a really nice park here. Other than that, you know, I don't know about it being in the middle of the country with not much else to do, but I'm pleasantly surprised. I mean, that is an actual city behind me, Oklahoma. And this is my first time ever in this city or in this state, so go figure. It's been a pleasant one so far. I did it. I made it to the top of the hill, and look at that view behind me. I mean, that's probably one of the best views of this city that you can find. Incredible. That'll probably be my thumbnail. And then what's on the other side? We have this really cool rainbow sculpture, a standard bridge, a river, and then what looks like a factory of some sort. So not the most exciting, but still exciting enough for me to explore a bit further. So I'll probably check out this sculpture, and let's hope I don't keep going, because you know how this happens. Yeah, just keep exploring and exploring, and then I'm just way too far off course. So I'll probably turn back from there. Wow, I didn't realize or notice until I got up close, but this seems to be made of all these plastic parts. All right, so I made it to the river and I'm gonna turn back now, but it is beautiful. It is well manicured. This whole park is just very nice and pleasant to walk around. I mean, I was just thinking how in almost any other city I've been, first off, there wouldn't be a park this nice. And if there was, it wouldn't be as easy to drive to, and it would be more crowded with people. So what did I learn and what are my recommendations? I think that Scissortail Park is definitely worth a visit if you're ever in Oklahoma City. You can drive to it. There's plenty of parking, unless, you know, maybe during a weekend rush hour. But I found no problem finding plentiful parking all around. I mean, even over here on the street, you may be able to find some street parking. And through all that, you should be able to have a good time, a pleasant time, and a peaceful time walking these corridors. A lot of people are jogging and running, so it's also a great time for a jog or run. If you come in early May like me, you can get just the perfect weather with just enough wind to make the experience very pleasant and soothing, and not too hot or not too cold. I highly recommend it, and you know, I basically stumbled across some new experiences, even though I'm new to this area and wasn't sure about it. But it's all kind of worked out.